Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Tesla report for Thursday, September 8th, 2022. Once again, we're doing daily Tesla analysis through the month of September. And when we roll to October, it'll be another high volume, high tradable, day tradable stock that's usually a pretty common name among all day traders. I'm not sure which it'll be, probably in the top 10 list of NASDAQ 100 stocks, as Tesla is one of those. So I'm going to jump into the charts here. Please click like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to say this one last thing, that we put out daily Triple Q, daily SPY analysis at wickedstocks.com. We also put out 2 individual stock picks a week that is never shown on YouTube beyond what you see on YouTube. So take a look and become a regular monthly subscriber if you like. Here is the big picture still. 270.97, that longer term channel bottom that is projected really off the May, June low area. It's several months in the making. Thus far this week, it's performed quite well in containing selling pressures. It is a formation that can contain selling into October trade. And as I've been saying, above which the 338.59 descending channel top is a realistic by the end of October objective. On the way up, and this is all big picture, on the way up, 302.24 is a formation that can contain weekly buying pressures, and we could fall off from there back into the 270s again within a matter of a full week or so of trade. I think you can imagine how we could fill out the wedge between 270.97 and 302.24 for the better part of 2 weeks before presumably settling above 302.24. which would set off a secondary buy signal that should, within 2 or 3 weeks, yield that 338.59 longer-term channel top, which is able to contain quarterly buying pressures when tested, in essence, through the balance of the year or through the fourth quarter. So that is all big picture. I don't see a case to be made for bearish continuation unless we close below 270.97, and then it's not by a significant degree. But let me continue with the upside right now, and I'll mention that we are right at a meaningful descending channel top that's several weeks in the making. There is a lot going on here. I thought about opening this chart up and showing everything, but there's only so much time in the day. We've got several channel structures presently in the 281 handle. The one I'm hinging off of is 281.86. And so 281.86 can contain daily buying pressures, and we could, perhaps within the day, fall back to 270.97, where once again, we can bottom out into October trade, and above which there's a continued updraft off that summer low that should ultimately yield 338.59. So pushing or opening today above 281.86, I think you should expect 289.34, where we can top out on an intraday basis. And if we push through 289.34, I wouldn't be surprised to see 295.97 on an intraday basis. Know that closing today above 281.86 will indicate actually 302.24. I would give this about 2 to 3 days, probably at the most. It could take longer, but could also be within 1 to 2 days, whereby closing above 281.86, we reach that 302.24 descending channel top, which can, by that point in time, we're talking into early next week, contain buying through next week, and we can fall off from there. And as I said a moment ago, it would be a settlement above 302.24 that would signal secondary buying into the 338.59 area within another 2 to 3 weeks. Now, downside today, if we happen to close below 270.97, that is a sell signal, but I see it only on a near-term basis, which is to say into next week, because I then have this rising 2/3 speed line that I've been mentioning, and I use this as a trend identifier as well. So the way I frame this, and I've been saying this now for the last few days, is holding above 270.97 maintains a constructive dynamic into October trade, 338.59 likely by the end of October. Inversely, if we're looking into October, I really don't show aggressive declines, aggressive sell-off dynamic unless we close below 252.17. So you could say that the 252.17 to 270.97 range is kind of a no man's land of longer-term trend identification. But I will say that closing today below 270.97 should, by the end of next week or sooner, result in a test of that 250.217 rising two-thirds speed line, also able to contain selling into October, and from there we could turn higher into October trade. On the other hand, closing below 252.17, not going to happen today, but I will say and will show you that if it does happen, let's see now, let's take a look at this chart. Yeah, we've got other stuff at 254.97, but it really is 252.17 that if settled below should, over the following 3 to 5 weeks, result in a retest of that May 206.85 low. And I think as we continue then over the 5 to 8 week time horizon, let's say over the course of a couple of months of closing below 252.17, we should then retest this longer-term channel bottom on the weekly chart that we did test in May. When we put out these lows, we had a Tesla video going at this time. We were anticipating a test of this channel bottom. You can go back and look. I don't know. I can't remember actually right now whether it was a free one that we put on YouTube or whether it was a premium one. But at the time, we had it as an objective. It did contain longer-term selling pressures. And if we close below that 252.17 rising two-thirds speed line, we should, over the course of the next couple of months, continue south into that 193.97 area, dropping gradually and able to contain quarterly selling pressures when tested. But this is all a bit irrelevant right now. What is relevant is the fact that we are trading above 270.97. That means we are constructive for Tesla into October trade, 338.59 in reach by the end of October. And if we happen to close today above 281.86, that sets off a buy signal into early next week, 302.24, then expected within probably 2 to 3 days. That, I think, is all that needs to be said for Thursday's Daily Tesla Report. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe and tell all your trader friends about Wicked Stocks. Come to the YouTube channel and start watching our daily reports. They will continue indefinitely. You have a great day.